sure to follow our amazing sponsors, Fiya Infusion, Tax Strategy, Ask BlueJae, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, and Black Dollar Days. And be sure to tune into our other programming throughout the week. All right, y'all, let's get it.
What it do? Your favorite cousin Young Jock checking in. And right now you're tuned into the Blueprint Live with my favorite MzMetchi, all right? Hey, man, you know what it is. Keep doing what you're doing and keep it right here. Chill.
Yo, what's happening? What's happening? Oh, it's your boy $2 Fabo, Bankhead Fabo. Oh, hey, man, check this out. I want y'all to tune in right now to the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi. And I want you to tune in every Thursday at 6:30 Central Time.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Gary P, the DJ of Boot Camp Radio. You're tuned in right now to Blueprint Live with MzMetchi. Let's go.
Yo, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I know what you should be doing. I'm the pride of the Eastside DJ MH Tutter, and you need to tune into the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi.
Meet author, speaker, and coach, Ask Catherine, founder of CHBM Services, LLC, dedicated to reducing poverty among single-parent homes through career development and resources. From books to apparel, events, and an entire listing of virtual workshops, as well as CHBM Services U, they've definitely got something for everyone. Visit chbmservices.com for more information. Oh, and don't forget to tune into Ask Catherine every second and fourth Saturday at 2 p.m. on Fluent Radio. Are you or someone you know in need of a job? Go ahead and reach out to Closing the Gap Staffing. They have positions available for all professionals. Visit closingthegap.edu.com for more information. And be sure to let them know that the Blueprint Media Company sent you.
Hey y'all, but I pray they get a second chance.
Y'all rock out with me real quick. This is Everybody Can't Go by Johnny Dimitri and E-Jilla B. So make sure y'all check them out. Orchestration Radio. Shout out to Police for sending this to me. She is my babe. I love her.
I remember doing messed up things in my lifetime. You can even say that I crossed the line. Had to hop out of the dark place, even looked in the mirror, even seen a dark face at times. Had to fight with my old man, cause he didn't understand. I had other plans, being a parent, so it went through my iPad, to my raps and the weed in the trash can. Like what you doing? I hope this ain't the shit that you pursuing. This one bad for your life is ruined. I know you want to be up in the streets trying to enterprise, but the people ain't the people look them in their eyes, and they ain't even know what he was talking about. Everybody can't go. They had to pull up Michael Jackson on him and tell him to beat it. Heard somebody say, start a conversation, let me see it. I put myself in position, trying to make some conviction. Why haters was politicking on another mission? I
gotta let this ride real quick. This is hard, dog. I'm listening to it with the bass. Like, get into the stuff.
Realize that
everybody can't go.
Oh, her voice sounds great too.
But I pray they get a second chance, cause
everybody can't go, y'all. Where you going? Your destination? Everybody can't go. They gotta speak tonight.
But I pray they get a second chance.
You ever have to leave some things behind? They speaking on it. Okay, this is a whole verse.
Having a conversation all by my damn self, thinking the ways of the world.
I like to read them on the song.
Racing back and forth, loading my sword, cause I couldn't even avoid. I threw a motherfucking fit, I'm sick and I feel like I'm being ignored. Hope I don't do no shit. It's gotta be easy ways than this.
Y'all let me know if y'all feeling this song in the comments, because I'm definitely feeling it like this. This is moving on to my main playlist. And it's on the Blueprint Live playlist, available on Spotify. That's what my exclusive playlist is. I just had to rock out real quick. Now, that song is available across all music platforms, okay? That was E-Jilla Beats, Johnny Dimitri, and Go Hard, okay? Cold Heart, excuse me. They are killing it with that. Ejila Beats, he was actually on MzMetchi one-on-one before I closed out the second season. And, hearing his story and just how he has been able to be so influential to a lot of artists in Chicago, shout out to them. Shout out to Orchestration Radio. It's lit. Welcome back. I hope you all had an amazing holiday and had just, some amazing time off. That was our last summer holiday. I shared with you all on the last episode that I was, dealing with COVID. And now, it's like I'm on the outskirts of things. Definitely it's gone. For anyone that has possibly had it, it leaves a little bit of jet lag or what have you. So I'm just working through that, but I'm really, really happy to be back this week. I decided to take last week off, and I'm not even gonna lie. Y'all want to know what I did? Y'all probably don't know, but I'm gonna tell y'all anyway. I don't care. Hey, Determined Radio, you better check in. You was right on time, sis. I just played the song. Everybody Can't Go. They preached the whole word opening up the show, sis. So let them know. It is MzMetchi and the Blueprint Live approved. Period. Okay. But what I took the time to do when I took off last week was from the Blueprint Live, I watched Clickbait. Woo, y'all. I love me a good murder mystery type of thing. I can't tell you why. Actually, I do know why. My sister used to like to watch all the channels that have my mother called it Murder, Death, Kill, or whatever the case is. So it'd just be interesting to get down to, to see the process of how they actually catch the person that's doing the crime. I like that aspect. I don't like the murder and all that other stuff. That shit is weird to me. But I do enjoy getting to the meat of the story. So I watched Clickbait. It was really good, and would totally recommend it if you have Netflix. I mean, I'm not. They haven't paid me to endorse the movie, but I will endorse it because that's how good it was. Let me get in the comments. She said, "I will. I heard it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am." I was like, I heard that. I was like, I'm gonna open the show to that today. Shout out to Felice, the Timer Radio, and shout out to Orchestration Radio and Ejila Beats. Before I go any further, I want to let you all know, drop those businesses in the comments for me, okay? I'd love to connect with you. If you're an artist, I would love to play your music, if you'll have me. So go ahead and drop those links and everything in the comments. Do not drop no spam. No, we do not need cartoon logos or anything. I'm not down in those people, but please don't spam the comments. They be the first ones. They like, I'm like, it's too much. And the Bitcoin people, no, we gonna connect at another time. I'll gather y'all at another time. Okay. But shout out to my newest sponsor, Random Thoughts. Okay. Last week was their pop-up extravaganza. If you all remember, Lauren and Jarisha was on the show last Thursday, and the Thursday before that, talking about the pop-up that happened this previous Friday. And I mean, it was a good time. Definitely a lot of businesses, women-owned, Black women-owned businesses, and just the entertainment. Shakes the comedian was a great host. He made sure that he got around to all of the people at the pop-up that was participating as far as on the vending side. So it was really nice. They even had had the alderman and everything of Country Club Hills. He was there, and was shopping too. It was really, really nice. And so y'all make sure y'all go and follow them. They are going to be helping as far as with the holidays coming up where you're going to need a gift. So get into them. Shout out to Bledsoe Media and Aspire Creative. Tax Strategy. Y'all, Tax Strategy, she has been dropping some mad knowledge on her page. If you do not have a tax preparer, I need you to get over there right now. Let's stop playing. Let's get over there right now. Okay. If you're a business owner, if you've got different things going on as far as with, your taxes, I need you to head over there right now. Get this knowledge, y'all. It's there. It's there for you. She's got some things that's coming up that's going to be able to help a lot of people within our community. So I'm really excited for that. And, I would love for you all to follow to make sure that you all get that information firsthand. Okay. Straight from the Blueprint Live. Okay. CHBM Services. Okay. She's offering solutions and helping people out that are single parent, they have single parent homes. Okay. They're raising their children by themselves. Anything that's going to help move them forward, CHBM Services, that's where it's at. Fiya Infusion, shout out to them.
Shout out to Axe BlueJae. Okay, now look, the Black Excellence Collection is off the chain, y'all. It's off the chain. Yes. Y'all know I'll be showing y'all my mug, but I have a notebook. I have all of these different things because it's just like, it's so great to read that and get your day started. So I recommend going, and you can use code Mechi10 for 10% off the Black Excellence Collection. Black Dollar Days, they had to take March, not March. What am I talking about? August was a little bit trying, okay? So this month and next month, you all want to go ahead, get your businesses registered, and get prepared for the next upcoming Black Dollar Days. Job opportunity of the week, they're still looking for remote workers. So if you are someone that you know is looking to work from home or wherever the hell you want to work, make sure that you follow Closing the Gap Staffing on Facebook and then on Instagram at Closing the Gap Staffing. And you can visit closingthegapedu.com to actually apply for those positions. Reach out if you have an inquiry as far as for their other positions that are listed. But the job opportunity of this week, we're looking for remote workers. So make sure when you go, you can mention MzMetchi, the Blueprint Media Company, or Lavish Looks, however it is that you came to find this opportunity. And even if you're just peeking in with me for a few minutes, make sure you share the opportunity. That goes for my listeners on Spotify, iHeart, and everywhere else, okay? If you are in the Chicagoland area and you're looking for a remote position, if you are remote, you're somewhere else, this is the opportunity for you if you're hearing it out there, okay? Tonight's topic, I'm thinking about, I was out last week, but there were some things that came up surrounding cancel culture. And there was a couple of specific things that I wanted to talk about and just kind of get you all's thoughts and views on it, because I'm like, let's see. But let me go ahead and jump into my hate it and love it. Okay, so the love it is definitely, getting back to what it is that I love to do, feeling better. That's my love it this week. Just, going through the whole recovery of what was going on, because I'm, for the most part, and anyone that knows me, they know I just kind of have an attitude of just push through it and do what you got to do. But the COVID was trying to take MzMetchi out, y'all, trying to, knock her back a little bit. And, I'm very thankful for, everyone that reached out and checked on me, you know what I'm saying? Or just, even after watching the show, girl, is you good? I'm like, I'm okay. I'm okay. I appreciate it. I mean, hell, when I was on the show with you all the last time, I was in the prime of it. And, I was coughing a few times. I was like, oh Lord, I gotta end the broadcast, child. I gotta log off. So, my love it this week is definitely just feeling better. And, even some of the things that I've been introduced to, sometimes it takes you to actually be in a situation or go through it to kind of know how you can better navigate next time. So, I have bronchitis. I have a couple things, and, I luckily had an inhaler, because there was moments where I was just ooh, okay, it's taking a little bit longer to catch that breath, and then, just even the lingering stuff, but people have just been so, encouraging, you know what I'm saying, during that time. So that's my love it. Now, based off that last part, let me go into my hated it. It was the people that had a lot of dumb stuff to say or had made a lot of dumb comments to me that I was just like, y'all a mess. I definitely got a response of, I wouldn't have, because, once I found out everyone that I was in contact with, the responsible thing to do is to say, hey, you may have possibly been exposed. This is what's going on with me. I had several people that just mentioned, you shouldn't even say anything. Oh my gosh, let them find out on their own. And I'm just like, what type of people have I had around me? How could you guys say something like that? Or, everyone that knows me, not that I be out here in these streets, but, I don't mind having something on my calendar to go and enjoy myself after I've worked and, worked on my business, gone to my 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I'm gonna have a little bit of time for me. And, I was out, I was doing, media coverage for the car show. I had a couple of things that was going on, and it's just well, you're always out, as if I'm out irresponsibly and asking for it. I don't be up in people's face. I have my mask on. For me, permanently moving forward, you got to give me 4 to 6 feet. 4 feet is if it's like real crowded, but I'm still gonna need them 4.5 feet. You gonna have to back up off me. I can't believe I used to let people breathe on me. No, we're not doing that. Back it up. I'm okay with the space. I'm okay with the space. So, to just kind of insinuate like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like that, I guess my actions was asking for it because I went out to enjoy myself, or I'm going to have a dinner or you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna go and have a cocktail or whatever the case is. Everybody was cooped up. Everybody was trying to do it. It's all about being responsible. So yeah, that. Then, I definitely have to deal with, so of course you have your workplace and y'all know I'll be doing my corporate chronicles and all that other stuff, but it was some things that was getting on my nerves. I'm like, okay, let's draw it back. Let's talk about it. Of course I was at work, as soon as I started to feel any type of a symptom, I immediately alerted, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, hey, boo, boo, this is what's going on. And immediately went into quarantine. So, to have to talk to members from my job and they're just like, well, when you were here, did you feel it? I'm like, I notified when I immediately felt my symptoms. That's the end of the conversation, but people like to be on some goofy stuff and they like to talk, they like to talk a little bit crazy. So, in the corporate world, if you have to say, let me reiterate myself, it's going to be time for them to kind of back down a little bit. They're going to have to back up. And that's exactly what happened. I'm like, because, this person tried to ask me the same question, like in 3 different ways. You know how somebody trying to get an answer, they need an answer out of you, but you've already given them the answer. It's just not sufficient for them. I'm like, girl, stop talking to me. Stop asking me stupid questions or making dumb comments or, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, oh, what are you insinuating? If I'm telling you, if I was trying to be on some other stuff, because there probably are some people that don't say anything or they still want to go out, they like, oh, COVID's not real. You know that there's people that feel that, okay? But it's like if I'm saying something, how could you even... Anyway, that's definitely the hated, the dumb questions and comments. I'm gonna need y'all to learn how to talk to people and keep some stuff to yourself. That's the hated it. I already kind of gave y'all my other love it because I got 2 love it's tonight, and that was the clickbait. But I wanted to know, are y'all watching Married at First Sight in Houston? Because the one girl on there that slammed the bleach wipes down, she giving me a twinge of like crazy or what? It's a little crazy. I don't know. Me personally, the season that was before this with Chris and Paige, it was like really, really hard to watch. I'm like, something not right about this. It's not right. But this season, Michaela's the one that's giving me a little bit of vibes. And there's a couple on there, y'all. So it's a firefighter and this lady that's like an administrator. She's, got like a really high position. And she has said that she would go the whole 8 weeks. Because y'all know the premise of Married at First Sight, they'd be married for 8 weeks. And then they decide at the end if they want to get married or not. Which I think the Married at First Sight in Australia is better because they get to choose weekly if they want to stay together or if they want to get a divorce. So I like that structure a little bit better than the one in the US. However, 8 weeks, they got to decide if they done. She said she would go to a whole 8 weeks and not even give them a kiss. They just been doing cheek kisses. Now imagine you done went and got married, okay? And you don't even want to kiss this person. And I'll tell y'all this, I bet y'all ain't on a little secret. Gil, y'all look him up. Gil on this season, the current season of Married at First Sight. He a nice looking guy. He is. I don't really be into the bald heads or whatever the case is. No shade. There's some bald guys that they look great. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like, he's a nice looking guy. He's got a bald head. He's a nice looking guy. Woo woo, firefighter. But it was so uncomfortable because they were talking about like finances on last night's show. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So he telling her, he like, I got all this money in Colombia. He wrote it down. Her eyes like, she's like, so we can't even touch that money over there. And he's like, nope. She's like, so we're just going to have to start over. Then they cut the scene. I was just like, So y'all just going to end the conversation on that note?
Okay, so if y'all haven't checked it out, it's on Lifetime. It comes on like I think every Wednesday at like 7 p.m. Central Time on our side. So wherever that is for you, I personally like it. Let me take a really quick break, and then when I come back, I've got tonight's What Would You Do? Boo boo.
Shop the Black Excellence collection by BlueJae today. From mugs to apparel and all of the accessories that you need, the Black Excellence collection has you covered. Make sure that you use promo code MECHI10 for 10% off. Shop now at www.agsbluejay.com/shop. It's Black Excellence, baby. The Black Dollar Days initiative has officially kicked off. Make sure that you join founder Faye Porter in her mission in uplifting the Black community. You can join by registering your business or just replying that you're in and you're ready to be in on this initiative. Okay? Visit theblackdollardays.com and do what you need to do to be a part of this. Be a part of the change that you want to see. Make sure that you follow them on all social media and let them know that the Blueprint Media Company sent you. Tax season is among us. Make sure that you get with the pros at Tax Strategy to help you limit your tax liability and help you get back the maximum refund that you and your family deserve. Visit www.yourtaxstrategy.info for more information on setting up an appointment and getting the ball rolling on your taxes this year. Let them know that the Blueprint Media Company sent you.
Okay, if you're tuning in with me, I need to know what you think about this. What would you do? Let's see. Let's no better way than to just jump right into it. I have a childhood friend, more like an associate, and we're both in our 30s, who I haven't had contact with in a decade. Reach out to me after my sister's funeral. She called me after 9 p.m. on the day of and gave her condolences and state that she wanted to be friends. I honestly didn't know what to make of it because an aunt told me that she saw her and told her that my sister was sick, but she didn't reach out to me then. The last time I saw her, she was a different person than I remember, and we exchanged numbers, but never kept in contact. She's called me twice since then, which is the most I've been contacted by her in over 20 years. We haven't been close since we were about 12 years old, so I honestly don't know what is going on. What should I do? Let me take a sip. So, let me go ahead. If you're just tuning in with me, tonight's What Would You Do? The young lady basically has a childhood friend that contacted her after tragedy struck of losing her sister, saying that, offering her condolences, she wants to be friends. But apparently a family member let her know that her sister was sick and she never reached out. Oh, hey, Selena. She said, proceed with caution. Yes, that's definitely where I was going with my answer, Selena. So, this is the thing. Sometimes when people are grieving, you do have some of those people that are around and they're kind of, they can be like almost like let's use a vulture or something like that, because they feel like someone is vulnerable, they're going through things, and it's like, oh, let me get in. But we also don't know in that 20-year span what has happened to the other young lady that's trying to make contact. I mean, for all we know, she may have lost her sister, and may just be trying to connect, because certain losses in your life can only be truly identified if you've actually experienced them, right? So I have not had a child yet. So I can have empathy and show compassion and love and support for a friend or a family member that has had that. But I don't truly know what that experience is like exactly. I don't have that experience behind it. I've lost my mom. Anybody else that has not lost a parent or not lost anything like that, they will be able to, of course, they'll be able to be there for me, but they may not be able to directly identify
with what it is that I'm going through. So it's like, it's that perspective. And then I'm going to put Talina's comment up here. She said, folks did this to me when my dad died. And all I'm going to say is they had an underlying purpose. Yeah. You just have to watch out for everybody. Like, this is the thing. Unfortunately, the world that we live in, you have to be cautious about everybody. Now, if you're asking exactly what you should do, there's nothing wrong with going to grab a bite to eat, you know what I'm saying, having a cocktail or whatever the case is. But see, somebody like me, and Talina's in the comments, I'm sure she would agree. When you're a straight shooter type of person, I'm just going to ask you, what made you come around? I'm going to bring the facts to the table. Like, you know, I had a family member that ran into you and mentioned that my sister was going through these things. And I feel like I didn't hear from you then. So if you were trying to establish a friendship or whatever the case is, help me understand how we got to this point that now you're saying that this is a relationship that you want and that you want to, you know what I'm saying? Like it has to, this is something that needs to happen. Help me understand where you are. So I would just say in situations like this, where there's been so much time removed, you have to have those honest conversations. Like I have personally, I shared with you all not too long ago, that there were two people in my life that there were, you know, that were extremely close to me, you know what I'm saying, in my lifetime, that there was strife. There was, you know, there was things that needed to be talked about. They needed to be discussed. And the one thing that I can say is that when you open up and you have those honest conversations, rather than insinuating something or, you know what I'm saying, like making some type of guess of what happened or where that person was, when you can really have an open conversation about, this is where I am, this is where I was, this was my perspective, this is what was going on in my environment. And you can talk about those things and how it could have led to your actions or inactions, if that makes any sense. You got to be prepared to have those conversations. So the first red flag would be is if you're trying to have a conversation with her and talking about like, hey, you know, this distance is here. First off, you know, we can talk about what happened, but she said since 12 years old, you know, I don't know. All I can say is that I've definitely had people that I've met in my lifetime very early on that we reconnected as adults. And it was, you know, it was different. And life happens. People move, they get careers, they start families, they start businesses. They're, you know, working a really high profile job, you know, things that are taking them all over the world. So I would say with this situation, definitely go into it with your guards up. I agree with Talina, proceed with caution. And, you know, definitely just check people's intentions at the door. And then this is the thing. I shared a status, or it was a story, one of the two, this week, about really trusting your gut. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just kind of, you know, this is the thing. We will talk ourselves out of what we know is the honest to God truth. If you know it's something, you get a feeling you like, she gonna steal something out of my purse. I mean, I don't know what it is. You know, sometimes our minds can go places, but usually if you feel something where it's like, it's deep down, you can't deny it, it's worth you paying attention to. It doesn't always mean that it's right 100% of the time, because that would not be a true statement, but it means that you're having some type of feelings of something that either needs to be addressed or you need to get away from it. You get what I'm saying? And I'm the communicating type of person, excuse me. So if I feel like it's something that needs to be talked about on the table, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to get that off my chest, because why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you going to do? You going to slap me on my lips because I'm asking you a question that pertains to how we going to deal with each other? Like, I don't know. I would suggest a meetup, definitely a public place, you know, go mid-afternoon if you want specifics. But yeah, it's worth the conversation. Like, if this is somebody that you know and things just faded off and there was no bad blood, shit happens. But check them intentions at the door. You know, Talina shared that happened to her. You know, people were just coming in and they had basically ulterior motives, which is unfortunate. Because it's just like, girl, what you think? Like, we grieving over here. I don't know what else. What did you think it was gonna be? I don't know. I'm going to. It's just, I don't know, y'all. People just be doing some ridiculous stuff. But I'm gonna take a quick break. Let's marinate on this, and I'll be.
Are you or someone you know in need of a job? Go ahead and reach out to Closing the Gap Staffing. They have positions available for all professionals. Visit ClosingTheGap.edu.com for more information. And be sure to let them know that the Blueprint Media
Let's get into today's What Would You Do? Where we're talking about real situations with real people and offering real solutions.
Okay. Tonight's What Would You Do? Had to take a quick break. Shout out to my sponsors, okay? They are the ones that are helping me. We helping y'all, okay? Definitely some different opportunities. Make sure, if you are just tuning in, the job opportunity of the week, we were looking for remote workers. So make sure you contact Closing the Gap Staffing, get all of that together. Tonight's What Would You Do was basically about an old childhood friend wanting to, just kind of resurface some type of relationship with the person that wrote, this particular What Would You Do? And, yeah, it's always hard when if you've had to close a door to a relationship and then you're exploring reopening those relationships, right? I recognized earlier when I was talking to you all, I had kind of like veered off my original thing, but I've definitely had that experience where it was like, these two people, in my life, there was definitely some recovery that needed to take place as far as those relationships were concerned. So I completely understand the weariness of going back into it. And for me, like I said, I just feel like honesty is the best policy. And in order for me to have been real and been open to those relationships kind of coming back from the strain that was on them, I had to be honest about where I was and how the things that happened that caused the demise, how it affected me, and that's the only thing. I mean, it didn't seem like from this lady's, what would you do, that she was really, really into it like that. So the conversation may be a little bit different for her. And then this is the thing. We knowingly and unknowingly do things to people, right? So for all she knows, hell, it could be something that she, maybe she did and it caused the rift. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Just have the conversation. I think that's the best thing that you can do as far as in this situation. So that was tonight's What Would You Do? I would love to know your thoughts. I know everybody is getting their sunshine on, they out and about and everything, but when you do tune in, drop that. Y'all know I like to get in the comments and talk to y'all even after the show has logged off, so make sure y'all do that. I got what's happening, what's up coming up.
Time to get into what's happening and what's up in these streets. Let's get it.
Okay. So this week, it was a little bit of a tough one, okay? We lost Michael K. Williams. And if you all are familiar with him, he was just recently on Lovecraft Country, The Wire, Boardwalk Empire. They found him in his apartment and he had unfortunately passed away. And, everyone's been showing him love. And this is the thing, he was so powerful, his role in Lovecraft Country. That was the most recent thing that I watched with him in it. And anytime that he's been on the screen, Michael Williams is definitely a great actor, a great actor. And, my goodness, he'll definitely be missed. There are just some of those people that I feel like there are some actors and actresses that have not gotten their flowers, right? They haven't gotten their flowers. Period. They do these great roles. Like how does did Angela Bassett, has she gotten like any like major awards? There are people out here that deserve the most for their acting skills. And I think that Michael Williams was one of them. And I'm very sad to see his acting come to an end because, like I say, he was powerful on screen. Some people just have that influence. They really do. Some people just have that major influence that as soon as they step onto your screen, you fall in love with them. You immediately, understand their role, what they're doing, why they're there. And he was definitely one of those people. So, sending my prayers out to his family and, all of his fans. I'm sure that everyone feels the same way, that they're a little bit heartbroken, a lot heartbroken that he's gone. So let's see. My next story tonight is, hold on, let me take a sip. Because child is ghetto. Some employers are now using a technology that takes live photos of laptops every minute and can track keystrokes and web browsing for work from home employees.
So they have basically tattletale wear, okay? That's going to monitor you if you are working at home. It's going to take pictures. They looking at everything. They looking at the activity of your computer. Now, this is the funny thing about this story. Everybody was all in the comments like this is something that has never, ever, ever happened before. Or that companies aren't possibly doing this now. You think these people that they didn't let their whole workforce work from home, that they not monitoring them to some type of degree? They definitely are. They are definitely watching now. So, yeah, I mean, you know, for me, it was just interesting to see that everybody was so shocked. I'm just like, look at all the different acts that get passed, all of these things and little laws and all that other stuff. Y'all know they spying on us. They listening in now. Okay, we ain't even working from home. We off. We can clocked out at 5. They still listening. Okay, this is what's going on. So it's definitely not something I feel like is new. It's just getting more popularity as far as like everybody knowing that the tattletale is out there because they reporting on it. But they've been doing this. Please don't be surprised. These companies will go to great lengths to make sure that they're watching exactly what you're doing when you're doing it. So that's that word. My next one is Canva is redefining the word flexible with their newest work model. So Canva, if you all don't know that, they are the app where you can create your flyers and do different things like that. So according to Business Insider Australia, the graphic design platform recently announced that their employees' in-office schedules will be determined by their independent teams. The change means that employees will have more control over how many days they actually spend in the office. That is what, let me drink. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. They like, I'm leaving it up to the teams. Now, you probably going to have some of those people that's like, oh my gosh, you all have to come into the office. It's very necessary. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it's going to be. But I love the fact that they're allowing the flexibility. See, before my position that I'm in now, before they decided that we would go back into the office 4 days out the week, instead of the 2 to 3 that they were requiring before, that schedule was so flexible. And then it's like, you know, me and one of the other people I work with, we would switch Fridays. So then I would get a Thursday and a Friday, I would be able to work from home. So you go to work for your 3 days, then you got you a nice little 4-day weekend. I loved it. I love the flexibility that it offers. I'm like, yes, I'm going to go get an oil change. I'm going to go get my nails done at my nail shop during my lunch break. Absolutely, I'm going to do all of those things. And I have the freedom to do it with a flexible work schedule. I love the fact that, you know, I hate the fact that COVID happened, but I love the fact that it forced a lot of these bigger companies where they just want to see your ass. They want to micromanage you. That they get off on micromanaging you. It's really good to see the fact that like things were shaken up to the point that they had to find ways to make the business work. Because that's really what it comes down to. You have to find a way to make the business work. That's what you have to do. So Canva, shout out to them. Not only do they have a great app, you know what I'm saying? I've personally used them. There's no shame in my game. Call me Canva Princess. Okay. I'm here for it. I'm here for everything that they've got going on as far as that. So did y'all hear about this story? If I would have did the show last week, I would have loved to talk about this story. This one was about the lady with the fake vaccine card, and she spelled Moderna instead of Moderna. She spelled it Maderna. And then when I saw the photo of the actual card, y'all, it looked like a child wrote it. No offense to children's writing, but y'all know what it's like when children are first learning to write. It was like that for us too. Baby, I was like, say your son wrote your vaccine card without saying it. Say your child did it. Say your daughter did it, because y'all, it looked crazy. It don't look like nothing, but they ended up catching her. She was a 24-year-old from Oakland. Okay, which I thought was crazy. I'm like, oh, y'all doing that out in Oakland? Oh, okay. I suppose, I'm like, what is this? So yeah, that was a little bit crazy. And yeah, she really tried it. Like my whole thing is, we just talked about a couple weeks ago, the gentleman that had taken the cards from the CVS and was selling them for like $10. And he was a pharmacist. So I'm like, why are you guys like putting yourself at risk for this? It's like, I mean, either get it or don't get it, and then just do what you need to do. They still have other ways if you are not vaccinated that you can, prove that you're okay and you good to go or whatever the case is. They're making it increasingly difficult. But at this time, there's different ways around it. Some stuff just be unnecessary. I'm like, you don't even have to do all that. But okay, sis, we're going to let you live. So she spelled Moderna, Maderna. When I looked at the card, y'all, I was hollering. I'm like, no. I'm like, no way. No way. No way. So last story for tonight. So there is a former prison officer that was accused of leaking things from R. Kelly's laptop when he was in jail in New York. And this particular prison guard, or officer, excuse me, leaked that information to Tasha K. She's a very popular YouTube blogger. At this time, there's no charges or anything that's pressed against Tasha K. It's her job. Hey, sis, she brings all of the tea to the streets. So, but at this time, there's nothing going on with her, but definitely the prison guard, ooh, baby, they got some consequences and repercussions that they're going to have to get through. Very unfortunate situation. I mean, the thing about it is that even though, R. Kelly, everybody say what he has going on and the things that he's done, he's still, there's certain things as a citizen, even being in jail, certain rights and stuff that shouldn't be violated. And, yeah, it's real unfortunate that happened, and then this is the thing. It's like, we cannot risk our jobs, our pay, our 401ks, our credibility professionally for bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not embezzling. We're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, giving out documents that's supposed to be given out. You essentially, when you sign up to work for different places or do different things, there's just a code of ethics that you should operate in. So I'm not judging. I just feel like it's just super unfortunate that she's going to have all of these things. He or she, excuse me, will have all of these things against them. And it's over somebody else that is just like, I mean, it's not even like they got nothing. They can't even put no money on your books. They're not going to give a damn about what happened to you or what your consequences are. So I just felt like that was kind of unfortunate, but bad news. It's bad news. But look, you know what time it is, though.
Now it's time for the Blueprint Live's topic of the day. Let's get into it.
Cancel culture. If you just tuning in with me, make sure that you drop those businesses in the comments. I would love to connect with you if we haven't so far. And for everyone that will that's tuning in now or that will tune in later on, would definitely love to have you all network and connect with each other. Tonight, I'm going to keep it real short and simple. So the examples that I was telling you about earlier when I opened up the show, as far as why I want to talk about it. Because see, a lot of stuff went down last week. I'm like, wow, this shit want to happen the week that I'm taking some time off, right? So, Kanye West album came out and Certified Lover Boy. Ooh, let me take a sip for my boo. That's for you, Drake. I love you. And my husband, he knows what it is. I'm just like, baby, I'm like, I love Drake. Yes. So I, definitely got a chance to listen to both albums, but Kanye West was getting a lot of praise, as he should. I mean, I think that he is definitely legendary status. I don't think anyone is doing it like how he's doing it. He's in his own league, right? And, with that being said, people were saying, like, just noting that he got so much praise for everything that he was doing. And they accepted him, but then they like, why y'all ain't accept Chrisette Michele? And I'm just like, what did this have to do with anything that we were talking about? But it is true. I was like, some people were making some really good points. And I was like, I'm talking about it on the Blueprint Live. I got to talk about it this week. So, why is the cancel culture, like, I guess, so hard on some people and not others, right? I guess I really just don't understand. Because when they brought it up, I was like, it's a fair comparison. They both was like, affiliated with Trump and, all of the things that it's like, let's just be honest. A lot of their, what is the correct word? A lot of their crowd that genuinely listens to them, it's not something that they were rocking with. But they like, Kanye, we accept you with open arms. And then with Chrisette, not so much, Even the stuff I'm tired of talking about it, so we ain't gonna beat it over the head. The baby, even Kanye West, brought him. He was here in Chicago. He was here, during the Donda performance. You know what I'm saying? It looked like it was lit out there. It looked like it was a lot going on, a lot of symbolic shit. So I guess you would have to be there to understand, and I get that. I'm always a fan of an artist or a creative being able to express themselves in a way that's true to them, and it represents what they're trying to convey to their followers. And then this is the thing: if you don't like them or something to a certain extent, you wouldn't even be watching anyway. So, but yeah, the cancel culture, it's just super whack to me. I mean, I don't know. And then as far as with Chrisette Michele, like, y'all canceled her ass. I'm not even gonna lie. Baby, they were so done with Chrisette Michele within a heartbeat. And I'm just like, y'all, I'm like, she gave us Maybach, Ashton Martin music. What? Y'all know several Chrisette Michele songs. I know y'all do. I know y'all do. Period. So this is the thing. We got to stop canceling people like that. We can't be so quick to do it. People, if we get canceled every time we made a mistake or we did some crazy stuff, where would we be? They just like this. You can no longer be here. You can no longer be around. It's ridiculous. Okay? Y'all have to stop doing this. I ain't gonna beat it over the head. Y'all let me know what you all think, about that. And just, I mean, is it worth it? Is the cancel culture, is it really worth it? I need y'all to get with it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up.
Thank you so much for all of my listeners for tuning in. And now it's time for the quote of the night.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. I just really appreciate it. And so glad to be back. Next week, I've got some special guests. I've got some really good people that's coming for September and October. Super excited about it. These are people that definitely work with Tamika Inc. And you all know she's been on the show, the Blueprint Live, I think, and MzMetchi One-on-One. She's absolutely awesome. So really excited for what's to come in the next few weeks. My quote of the night: when a door closes, knock on it a few times. But if it still doesn't open, let it stay closed. In career, in love, in life, when you see the period at the end of a sentence, don't try to turn it into a comma. Know when something is over and move on. Definitely a word, okay? If there's something you finding that is at the end, if the milk spoil, you gonna throw it out, right? Know how to do that with other things as far as in your life too. When it's time, I'm never an advocate for throwing away things prematurely. But if you know in your life, like I said, career, you at a job, it's not going nowhere. You're not going to get promoted, all this other stuff. Move around. Do what you have to do. You with a woman and you just like this. It ain't going to get no, but you know what it is. That's it. So that's my word I want to leave y'all with. I love y'all. I want to thank you again so much for tuning in, and for everyone that'll be tuning in with me. Definitely Spotify, iHeart, just everywhere. I appreciate the love. And, shout out to my sponsors: Random Thoughts, Tax Strategy, Aspire Creative, CHBM Services, Closing the Gap Staffing, Black Dollar Days, Fiya, BlueJae, and Lavish Looks. Okay. Where would I be without you? Where would I be if I didn't know you? Okay, period. So thank you again so much for tuning in. Next week, y'all, is definitely going to be a great show. So make sure you come back. I'm on every Thursday at 6:30.
I'm thinking about expanding the show and making it 2 days out the week because I'm just like, ooh, I'm like, can y'all handle the Blueprint Lives on Tuesdays and Thursdays? You gonna tune in with me on Tuesdays and Thursdays? Y'all let me know. Give me some feedback. Let me know. Should we do it? You know what I'm saying? Because if so, I'm ready to pull the trigger, okay? Love y'all. Have a beautiful rest of your week. Be safe. Be blessed. Bye.